Welcome to Wild Heart podcast. This is the first episode, and I'm really excited to open this portal. I am Raiz. On Instagram, you find me as Raiz del Mar. And this episode, to start this journey together, it's about my own story. I really want to share with you what I title like From Pain to Purpose. And I really want to share it to inspire you because every human life is so rich in experience and wisdom. And I'm just super happy that you're here joining this journey, and you will find so much more. I will share about my path as a tantra massage therapist, and the path where I become a business owner and where everything just start to unfold from my soul, from the depth of pain and life experiences to what I live today. So I'm really excited. Thank you for being here. This is a journey that we're gonna dive not just with me, also I have people invited to interview. This is gonna be a really rich podcast so you can know a little bit about my life, but also inspired by other wild hearts. The purpose of this podcast is that it's an invitation to hear your own wild heart and to know that it is possible to live from here. It is possible to hear this and follow the wildest dreams that you are coming on earth to create for yourself and also for others, because I realize more and more deeply that the soul want to share because it want to nourish others, it want to share with others. All the abundance makes sense because of that. So yes, I'm excited to have you here. I'm excited that you are in the other side, that we are connecting wherever you are in the world. We have this space now to get to know each other so you can feel me. I feel that's the more important thing when you connect with other person, that you can feel the energy, that you can know about their other story. So here I am to share that with your wild heart. It is a beautiful day today, and I really want to connect with my heart now. So I also invite you to take deep breath in, to open your chest, to relax your body, to soften into the present moment. I'm bringing the sound out. In my life, I travel a lot. I feel one of the biggest teachers that I have in my life is traveling. And every time that I travel and I meet someone new, they are super curious about who I am, what I do in life. But always, always, always the first question is, where are you from? And I always answer, I was born in Chile, but I don't feel myself rooted there because I don't live there. And I'm like a bird now. I just flow wherever my soul feels the call. I'm nomad since 3 years now. And it feels so empowering because I learn from life, living it, experience it, feeling it. It's such a rich life to have the courage to become a nomad, and it's such a intense life as well. For me, sometimes life one day it's like a whole month, and then one month is a whole year. So you become wiser, you become calmer, you become humble, you become all the qualities of nature. So I feel like that way to explore life through eyes of a tourist, but also as a nomad, um, it's giving me a lot in life. And if you have that wish in your heart, follow it, because when you are traveling, life feels different. It's like another energy. It's like you are immersing yourself into a current. It's like a river that pulls you, and you're in constant movement, and that movement brings so much joy. Also face you with different challenges of letting go, of presence, because you cannot control, is full surrendering into the present moment and what life it's inviting you to follow. um, so it's really beautiful. But coming back to the question, um, it's really interesting because when I been asked that question, I'm always curious if it's gonna go into a deep conversation or it's gonna stay in the superficial. And I really love encounters with soul because it's super clear the first moment that I meet someone how it's gonna be our connection. I really have that intuition with everyone, and it's really beautiful when they ask me, what do you do in life? And I express that I'm a tantra massage therapist, and I have my own business, and I am nomad, and they are always amazed by that. It's like, wow, how you do that? That sounds amazing. And yeah, I have this privilege to be the first woman in my family that can truly choose her life and follow her dreams with all this courage that means, but also I had the opportunity to do so, and also the courage. So I feel really lucky. And I'm bringing my family here because it's really important. I didn't come out of nowhere. Even though I don't feel my roots in Chile, my family give me so much knowledge. Um, and I'm the granddaughter of Mariela. I'm the, yeah, like granddaughter of Mariela and granddaughter of Gabriela and daughter of Monica. And without that, it doesn't make sense, my existence either. It's really powerful how family can bring into your own life and how you can see yourself through that landscape, and how much it shape you in a way in your life, with your conditionings, with your beliefs, with work that you need to do to explore your own authenticity and your own essence, and everything that you need to let go to make a space for your soul to come. It's a lot, and it's super beautiful. And I bring them because I honor them in every step. I know that for them it wasn't simple life. It was really challenging. I'm Latina, and Latina roots has a lot of work to do about feminine sovereignty and the divine expression of our femininity, and we can like truly surrender and truly embody the feminine and the masculine in a balanced and harmonized way. So yes, I grew up in Chile, and I came into life with the parents that did the best to raise me and the way that they could in that moment, but also that brings a lot of pain for them and for me. My dad wasn't in my life. He was the first year of my life, and then I didn't knew anymore about him until I was like 6, something like that, when he appears again into my life. So a lot of the abandonment wound, a lot of the processing also betrayal for the way that my parents get separate. And I was a little child, I didn't get it at that moment, but I was conscious, of course. And then when you're an adult, you feel some things, and then life becomes a theater, and you repeat some scenes to feel and to finally meet that emotion and to finally release it. So yes, my mom becomes super masculine. She needs to bring stability to our family, so she was working a lot. I wasn't connected with her so much, so my grandmother raised me. And yeah, she was the first one that take me to travel, and it was beautiful experience with her. She is like the sweetest woman that take care of me, and I'm truly grateful for her, because I know that her own story wasn't simple either, and her mom's either. So I don't want to get so much into details, but at some point I start to receive violence from my mother, and it was really hard for me. Childhood, I was full of trauma in different ways, so I didn't knew how to embrace my emotional world. I was always confused about my self-worth, and because my mother didn't knew how to love herself. And for that, I didn't learn how to love yourself, because it's a constant cycles and families that come generation through generation, showing you. So this is not, it was not just about me, it was a whole story becoming. That's why I named them here in my story. So yeah, it was super challenging childhood, but I remember that I was in my own world a lot of the time, in my own imagination, and I see that eyes of this child, super full of creativity, wanting to dance, wanting to express herself, and also wanting to work in a business. I remember I remember that I had this machine that is in the supermarkets. I don't remember the name now, but I was working all the time in that, and like making my own bills and all of that. So I have like a lot of feelings of joy as well for my childhood. It was like, it's complex. You cannot like paint in just in one color, because it's full of different sensations and emotion. And again, I don't blame my parents. They did the best that they could. I can see that more and more, and when you become mature and start to be in an age, you realize truly that, and how intense is life as an adult. But yeah, I experienced a lot of that. So I learned from a little that I didn't saw my worth. I didn't learn how to process emotions. I didn't learn how to love myself and to communicate my emotions as well. So this brings a lot after. And something happened when I was really little, but I didn't remember. So I keep following my life. At some point, I experienced the darkest night of the soul, how it's called. But it was a really a moment in my life where everything was darkness. I truly felt that I need help. It was obvious for me. I had like a really intense experience of abuse, and it was super clear for me that I need help. I need help to support myself. I need help to keep breathing, and to remind myself why I'm here. So I embarked into that journey. I asked for help, and it took me a long time to go to therapy, to face all these shadows, to give space for emotions to be felt, to be seen, to feel all this pain that I was carrying. It was super intense. It was like truly intense. And that's what I mean when nature, we are nature, and we go into cycles of darkness, we go into cycles of renovation, of dying and revert constantly, because nature, it's in that way. When we look into the different seasons, when we look into the little details, we can feel that it's part of the existence. So I took this as a challenge to become true to myself. And when I was 15, I connect with yoga, and that was the first window to connect with India within me, not traveling to India, but within me. All the teachings were calling me. And when I connect with yoga, it was also the first time that they asked me if I did eat meat, and then everything just started to unfold, and Ayurveda came. And when the time was the perfect time, Tantra came into the path. And I'm speaking about this because they are sisters, and it's a path in your life that you choose consciously to walk with awareness into that. Yoga teaches you that you're in union with your body, with your soul, with your mind. Ayurveda teaches you that you're in union with nature, because everything is about the consistency of the elements in your own system, but then outside, and everything that you bring inside of your body, and how to know yourself, which is the perfect or the best combination to balance within. And then Tantra, it's a path that awakes you into the feeling of lovemaking with life. Lovemaking as a presence of the divine within, but also with everything. So it was the perfect moment that everything slowly came into the perfect time for me to become what my soul already knew, what I was already within me, but I was like, kind of like dizzy, like no seeing truly myself through my eyes. So in this process, meditation becomes a habit, but also it was the way to coming to my center, because emotions and pain, it's so overwhelmed that can take all your life. And to come back home, that is within, truly it is within. Meditation was helping me a lot. And then I start to remember all this medicine that came also into my lineage, of the knowledge of connecting with nature. I completely believe that my ancestors were native people in Chile, and I learned a lot. I remember a lot about the herbs and the plants medicine. The connection with nature. I remember that connection with nature and the healing process that was that connection with nature. So back into this moment of darkness, I didn't knew what is going to unfold into my life. I just have this intuition that something is gonna shift forever. And in that moment, I truly can say that it was, I need to choose life. I need to choose to be alive in this body. And because sexuality, what I experienced, it was sexual abuse, but also sexuality was always a curiosity that I had. It was always a calling from my heart. As a teenager, I was exploring my body so much, and as a Taurus woman as well, sensuality was always there, and it was always something so healing for me in my own exploration. And then with this experience, this trauma came into my body to remember the power within. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe some other people that can resonate with this experience and come out to the other side, looking with perspective and healing in the process that it is, because it's a cycle for sure. can resonate with this, but for me it was a truth in my heart that was definitely part of the journey that I need to embark myself, to empower myself and to become sovereign. So with all this trauma in my body and all my curiosity into pleasure and into presence and into transform and alchemize through my sexual energy, it was a whole slow process of becoming. And when I was 1 year after this traumatic experience and I was in therapy, I knew in my soul that it was the moment of start traveling by my own. And when I choose that path of traveling, everything becomes so clear. Where I need to go, I knew in my heart there was a community of people that resonates similar to the way that I wanted to experience this life, without knowing where, without knowing who, just trusting that voice and just following that intuition. And I started traveling in Colombia, and then I was in Costa Rica, and I was following the whales because before that I was diving when I finished my career, that is ecotourism. And I just feel like the whales were carrying so much wisdom, and I really wanted to be close to them. That feels like another life for me right now, the diving world. But in some way I start to like diving in the physical body teach me how to dive myself within, of course also meditation and yoga, but it was part of the same. um, so I was following whales in Colombia and then in Costa Rica, and then I finally landed in Mexico. And when I landed in Mexico, I found this beautiful part in the world that is Mazunte, and the interviews you're gonna hear here is people that I met there. And it was truly healing for me to be in one place with everything that I love: oceans, whales, community, singing, dancing, praying, meditating, all these spiritual techniques that brings so much joy to my heart. So I decided to stay longer there. And in that place also I find my mentors. I went into tantra massage training. I went into triple vagal method, that is for the nervous system and trauma informed training. And all of that started to make sense. I was like, wow, this is what I'm here. The first time that I massaged a woman, a yoni, um, I was just remembering. I feel deeply in my heart, in my body, in my hands that I knew. I knew how to massage other person, allowing the divine essence. Maybe it's a little bit loud right now. I'm sorry for that. I think it's an airplane. I will wait. So yes, the first time that this medicine came into me and I was giving, I was fully present all the time. I was in full devotion and service for the other woman in this case. And it was a beautiful experience, and my soul was telling me, this is it. Because the 5 years before, I was learning about magic. I was learning about different techniques of connecting with your soul basically and with nature, and I was learning about crystals and oracles, tarot. So I was really going into the unconscious world to understand my unconscious world. But I wasn't like, something was missing. I was not clicking it at all because it was not connected to sexuality there. And I knew that from pain to purpose, like the darkest and deepest pain that I experienced in this body as a human being was connected to sexuality. And I knew that also the biggest pleasure and expansion and knowledge that I can bring into my own human experience is also connected to sexuality, sacred sexuality. And yes, I really landed. I really landed into what my soul was calling. And I'm so grateful because as I'm saying, it was such a slow process of life putting me in this river, traveling and finding pieces of myself and remembering who I am. I changed so much traveling. I become, yeah, as I said in the beginning, aware. I become aware. I was just fully present into the experiences, and I met so so much beautiful souls, and I keep meeting beautiful souls, connecting into the path. So yes, when this technique landed, I was just like, wow, this is it. I need to do this and to remember deeper my soul call. For the ones that don't know, Tantra massage is a full body massage for men and women. The yoni, it's the word for call, the feminine genitals, and so much more as well. Tantra is such a experience with life itself, and not just about sexuality or yeah, it's so deep. But going into this explanation, yoni is the word for the feminine genitals, and lignum is the word for the masculine genitals, but they have a beautiful meaning that is sacred space, as yoni, a portal of creation, a basil of the divine. And for men, or lignum, it's the pillar of light, which also transform a whole perspective that personally as Latin I grew up with. So my path was also a lot, and it still is a lot of remembering and letting go of old beliefs. So yeah, that moment, something shifted, and it was so clear for me that I landed. I landed in why I'm here. I find my purpose. From all the pain, through all the years, I finally connect deeply with my purpose. And it just gave me goosebumps here because it was a long journey. I can resume here in like some words, but it's a whole adventure. And I didn't knew where I was going. I was not under controlling. I didn't leave Chile because I had this goal of like, I'm gonna find my purpose. It was the opposite. It was like dying a little bit because I also did my funeral, because I celebrate my funeral, because it was a lot of finding my identity as Raiz. And yes, oh goodness. So Tantra massage transformed my life because it was like I landed where I know that I can serve others. And at the same time, I heal myself through that. Honestly, like, I completely believe that as humans, when we give back to nature, to others, it's where we can truly transform deeply who we are, remembering the truth of ourselves. So that's why so many people are looking for this. And I wasn't looking, but at the same time, I was doing my inner work. I was going in through this shadow process. I was going into the chaos without trying to fix it. I didn't want it to fix myself. I knew that something was super painful, but I wanted to embrace it. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to liberate. I wanted to feel lighter with it. And when I faced that, after the tantra massage, I went into this trauma informed training, and it was that. In that moment, I screamed the shit out. Honestly, like, that is not other way to put it. But because I experienced sexual abuse, your yoni and your throat really contracts. And I can swear this, it was not just me. I could feel how in my lineage it was the story of this trauma. I feel it in my bones. And when I was finally putting that out, it was like giving birth in a spiritual way, in a energetic way, because it was like taking out finally these words that I couldn't pronounce in the moment that this was happening, because I was in freeze. I was just shocked in the moment that I experienced this. And then when I went into this whole process of healing through my own body, and knowing that my body is the medicine, that I don't need anyone but hearing my body and giving a space to my body to transform, following its own medicine, I was like, wow, amazed. And I'm not stopping being amazed what the nature of our bodies can alchemize, and can, like, the intelligence and the wisdom of it is amazing. And yeah, when I experienced that, I remember that when I was around 8 years ago, I did experience for the first time abuse and sexual abuse. And I didn't knew that before. I wasn't, like, my body wasn't ready to hold that truth, to liberate it through. So this technique helped me to shake it out and see it face to face. And what is amazing about this is, like, even though you experience the horrible and painful things in your life, that's not you. That has a lot of messages for you, that has a lot of wisdom to drive you into something that is super meaningful, if you're willing to go and explore that possibility, because we have free will as well. I believe you cannot choose this path, but when you feel the call and you follow, in my own experience, I can say that it was deep, and it was super powerful to finally shake that from my body and learn how to listen to my body. And in somatic work, in Tantra, awareness is the key. Awareness is the key to connect with yourself, the key to connect with consciousness, the key to let go, the key to bring authenticity as well into your life. So yes, from pain to purpose. And now I'm laughing, but it took me a long way to be here sitting in front of you to tell my story without crying, without breaking myself into pieces. I make a lot of purge in art, God, magic, nature, beloved friends that are my family was holding the process as well of transforming that energy, the heaviness that it feels, because I know that it's heavy. I know that feels like you're carrying something for so long, and yes, but trust me that you will be on the other side, put it in words, what it took you so long to express it aloud. And now every time that I do my work and that I connect with clients through ceremonies in Tantra massage and they experience something similar, I understand why I hold the space of safety to feel themselves again, to come back home. I understand why I experienced everything that I experienced. It was my training. It was life training me to hold a space for me, to learn how to hold a space for myself. And from there, in that reflection, to keep doing it for others. And through my path, walking with others, I remember how to heal and the power of healing, because I'm not doing anything for you. I'm just holding the space for you to meet yourself with that powerful being that you are. So yeah, this is not about being a healer. This is not about putting a mask into the work that I'm doing. So to go back again into the Tantra massage. Your sexual energy is so powerful. It's your vital source of expansion, of connection with God, of creativity. And when you hold a space in your body to expand that energy through the loving touch of other hands that are holding the space for you, and you open yourself, you truly can feel that magic running into every cell of your body. And the key of transforming trauma experiences, because I do feel that in different ways as humans we experience a lot of trauma, and there is not just one body that don't have that charge into it. And when you allow yourself to surrender and explore this sexual energy as a powerful source of presence and awareness, is truly powerful what can happen. And in my own experience, I had these full orgasms, I had visions, I have releasing of pain, I had this deep anger going out of me. I remember the first time that I received a yoni massage, I felt that my yoni was burning. It was burning. It was so much anger, and I needed to scream. I needed to let it go of my body. I needed to move my body. I needed to feel it and give a space for that. Because it was so deep that it was easy for me to believe that that's who I am, carrying that. And when you meet empty space and you make a space to just be, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful what can change in your life. So I remember that times, and it was just not just once. There was a lot of massages that I received that, but I remember that even when I was doing to myself, and I remember that at some point with the time, and also, of course, like the practice of awareness, it was a shift. And then in the same spot in my yoni where was so much pain before, it was just a magical and crazy witchy laugh that came out of me. And it was a deep orgasm that I had through laugh. And it was really beautiful to acknowledge that in my body and to feel the process of transformation that I experienced. And because I experienced that, I believe that every human being can make this happen into their own bodies. And that's why today I hold myself and I'm creating so many beautiful things that are gonna be soon out there to empower and to teach how you can do this work for yourself as well. Because touch is the first medicine that we receive as humans. When your mother is touching, holding you, carrying you, and as mammals, we are deeply connected through the healing of touch because it's also connected to our hearts. The hands are expansion of the energy of the heart, and I do believe that the heart is such a powerful energy, and yeah, that can expand so much and can heal so much as well. And then witnessing my clients going into rebirth experiences, reclaiming their bodies after giving birth to a child, physical or not physical, healing trauma, acknowledging the no, and following that and respecting that, feeling in men that they can finally come home to themselves and release water as crying or anger, feeling the grief in their hearts that they couldn't before, feeling these full body orgasms that they can enjoy without this pressure of performance or going fast in their bodies, just with the simple presence in their breaths and allowing the energy to flow into the surrendering in the body. So I'm really inspired by what I do, what I bring into the world. I really touch and excited also for what is coming out of my own life experience and pain. And yes, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was super fucking hard. And it's challenging. It's super challenging, but being a human, it's challenging. And when you take this challenge and you face it and you embrace it and you transform it and you become to you, to your heart, you definitely receive the fruits, receive the benefits and the joy of being authentic and being yourself. Sexuality inspires me. Sexuality is where I have a voice to share with the world in so many different ways, and I'm happy to be open to do it, to be available, to be in service of this, because I know that is so much misunderstanding, so much confusion, so much trauma, so much shame, so much guilt. There's a lot of work to keep doing it, and this is my story, but it's also the story of so many women, so many men, so many humans. Um, so my message is, don't give up on yourself. Stand up for yourself. Go and face that shadows, because they have so many message for you, so many message, that if you are patient enough, if you keep having faith in transformation, you will realize why. Yeah, you will realize why your soul was calling you in that way. Wild Heart is the space for you to connect with yourself as well. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to also remind you that God, in whatever way that you believe, and faith, whatever way that you believe in, it's important, because it's what it holds you in the moments of uncertainty, of pain, and yes, and whatever way that you choose to believe, it is an anchor to yourself in a way. There is so many paths that you can choose, and the more important thing is, like, you choose your own path. You choose what is authentic with you. And it took me a long time to raise my voice. It's like visibility is still a thing for me. Creating my own business is still challenging for me. That I find my purpose doesn't mean that I finish my work. It's so much more. It's like opening a whole portal of, wow, what else is possible? What else I came here to do? But now I have a direction. I have a clear vision, sometimes not, of what to do with my hands, and that is beautiful. I also believe that my way to give back to earth through my hands, through other bodies, is in a way to give back directly to earth. Our bodies are water, are earth, are all the elements together. And when I'm massaging other people, or teaching how to massage themselves or their partners, I really believe that I am serving nature with my work, and empowering through sacred sexuality. It's also a portal of freedom for me, but also for you, for this community that is Wild Hearts, that is starting to become here a space of connection, because that also heals us as humans. Whenever we feel a connection, and there is so many paths that you walk just because you want to connect, but the best one, and not the best one, but the way is within, always to connect with yourself first, and then everything unfolds. So yeah, that's my story. I experienced a lot of things in this beautiful and wise body that I embody today. What a life. I'm really grateful that you are in the other side, that you're here starting this journey with me. I will keep sharing about what I do. I will keep educating about what is Tantra massage, what is sacred sexuality. And I will also have people here they are gonna share their own story from pain to purpose, and only for you to get inspired, only for you to receive the wisdom that they have to share. And you also had that wisdom to share with the world. And my intention is that you remember that your voice is sacred, that you're here with a why. You are here because something is meant to be through you, and just being you, it's the best that you can share with the world, authentically you. And there's so many layers of take out to peel to finally share your own beautiful and beating heart as it is and as always was. So yes, this is my story. I know that you're more curious to know deeper, so please comment here, ask me questions. I will happy to share with you. And I'm really grateful because this is intimate for me. It's sharing my heart. I'm being naked in my soul. I'm spreading my experience, not to be a victim, because I never wanted to say it as a victim archetype. I always knew and believe in sovereignty, and I knew that I will reclaim that for myself. And that was the moment I will share my story. And this came some months ago, and I've been wanting to share it from there, because I'm not a victim because of the experiences that I had in my life with my family or with sexual trauma. It's not about that. It's about the sovereignty that you can reclaim, and the power of that, the power of resilience and transformation into your own authentic self. So yeah, that's my message as well. Whatever you are experiencing, don't believe that voice that tells you that you are a victim, or don't focus on the other's perspective or person. Don't believe that someone is telling you that you are, or following the path that someone is telling you to follow. You know better. You know the best for you. You just need to come back to that voice, come back home. Yes, so thank you so much for being in the other side. Thank you for being part of Wild Heart podcast. I'm really excited to bring something beautiful every week here and share with you and get to know you and create community, create a space where sexuality can be a key to celebrate life. So yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for holding space, for sharing my story. And I'm really excited for what is coming here. And it's open up by this first episode of Wild Heart podcast. Subscribe and leave your comment and share it with someone that might need to hear this to empower themselves. I'm super open to receive questions and curiosities that you want to know about me. So yes, from my soul to yours, a big hug, and see you in the next episode.